G'day, Mike Smith here. I've just installed a fresh copy of WordPress, and so now I just thought I'd record what you would typically do for initial setup of a new WordPress site. So this is my personal blog, so it's fairly straightforward, and I've installed it into a subfolder called Web. So the website just looks like that. I've just used the default WordPress theme. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you what to do right now before you actually get started adding content. Okay, so here's my website, and it's just using the default theme. So the first thing I'm going to do is log in. I can do that either here or by typing it in manually. WP admin, there we go. I'll log in. And that should take me to the dashboard here. You may have your menu collapsed here. If it is collapsed, then just expand it like that. And one of the first things I'm going to do is just temporarily disable the Loginizer security protection. So I'm just going to go to install plugins. This was one of the options when I first set up, when I installed WordPress. So I've just deactivated that. I'm going to reactivate it again later on. Just make sure there's no other plugins running at the moment. And I'm going to just run through a couple of initial settings here to make this blog, this brand new website, look respectable, even though it doesn't have much content. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a page that's going to be a new home page. So I'll just call that welcome and welcome to my site. Oh, spelling would be good. Welcome to my site. Okay, and that is going to have that URL, so that's fine. I'll publish that page, and what I'm going to do is settings, reading. I'm going to set that as my home page. Static home page, welcome, and the post page. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, I'll just save that before I go too much further. The next thing I'm going to do is create another page for my blog. Yep, call that blog. Don't need to put any content in here because it will actually be populated with posts. So I'll publish that. Okay, go back to settings again, reading, and that'll be my blog page. Okay, and just for now as well, I'm going to discourage engines from indexing the site until the content is a bit more stable. Right, so now visit the site. I'll do that in a new tab here. So that's my website looking nice already. As you can see, this welcome page is a lot tidier than the standard one. Okay, so that looks reasonably presentable. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do on my website is, where's my dashboard? Dashboard here. Now I've already done this, but I'm going to point it out. What you should do when just after you install your website for the first time is add a new user, you'll have to select a username and an email, which can't be the same as the administrator email, which was set up when you installed WordPress, and that's why I pointed that out during that installation process. What you want to do here is set up a user that will be you, and that will be reflected in the posts that you make and any edits that you make. So set that up and set that up as an administrator. So you've got two administrators with different logins that are able to log into your site, just in case one of the accounts gets mucked up or forgotten. So do that. Okay, and then there's just a couple of other things that we'll do in a moment as well. Okay, now the last thing that I'm going to do now before I get into things like design and content is just to go through a couple of the basic settings here. So under settings, let's have a look. We've got the web title, just checking all that's okay. Email address, anyone can register membership. Okay, so I just want to make sure that that is not ticked. Yep. Set up the time zone. Well, for me that's UTC plus 10. Set up the date format. I want year, month, day because that's how I like it, but you can set it up however you like. The time format as you wish, and week starts on Monday. Okay, so save that. And it's good to get this done early so that your website's appearance can be predictable and standardized. Writing, default post category. I don't want it to be uncategorized, so I'm going to just add a new category here, and we'll call that just blog post, like that. Okay, and the slug will be generated automatically. Yep. Now you could do anything you like with that, but it probably doesn't look very professional if you leave it as uncategorized. You could rename that, but I tend to create a new blog post category. So back to, let's see, that was writing. So I want my default post category to be blog post. I don't tend to worry about all of these mail server settings, so we'll save those changes. Okay, now in reading, we've already been here, the static page, front page, blog page. Nothing else really needs doing here. As I mentioned before, I usually click this until the site is ready, and you can select which of these you want, full text or summary. In discussion, there's just a couple of things here. Users must be registered. Just standard settings which will help you. Comment must be manually approved. Comment author must have a previously approved appointment. Approved comment. Show avatars. Use Gravatar. Now there's something I've forgotten up the top here, I think. Allow people to post comments on new articles. Okay, well, I untick this. It overrides some of these others, but just for now, don't let people post comments on new articles. Alright, save that. Let's see. Media settings. Probably no need to change these. Most people leave these settings as they are. And permalinks, finally. Choose something that works for you. I tend to use this one here, day and name. Okay, so I haven't done anything there, but I'll save that just in case. Okay, so now if I go to visit my home page, okay, that's there, and I haven't set up a menu yet, but if I go to the blog page, so that's there as well. Everything seems to be working fine. Okay, so now this site is nicely set up.